Hi, kindergarten. It's Mrs. Griffith. I'm trying something new today in my kindergarten classroom, which is my dining room at the moment. So I've got my big chart stand up here today, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to play with it a little bit, and we'll see what we think, okay? Happy Monday. Today we are learning about a new letter. It's a consonant, one of the consonants. And I don't know if you can see this alpha friend. This is Mr. X-ray. Mr. X-ray. And Mr. X-ray is our alpha friend for what letter? Ah, you got it. Letter X. Mr. X-ray is our friend for the letter X. And X makes the X sound, you know? I always think about it as X. It's kind of like X borrows the K sound of K and the S sound of S, and you put those two sounds together really fast. X, X. And that equals X's sound. Okay? So I'm going to sing you Mr. X-Ray's song, and I want you to raise your hand when you think you hear a word that has the X sound in it. Okay? So here we go for Mr. X-Ray. Look at Mr. X-Ray, what do you see? I see Mr. X-Ray smiling at me. X is for X-ray that I spy. X comes before the letter Y. Did you hear some words that had the X sound of X? I'll bet you did. Well, that X sound normally comes at the end of a word in the English language, kindergarten. And we hear that X sound at the end of the word box and the end of the word ix and the end of the word ox, and last but not least, the end of the word ax. That's just two little letters, isn't it? Ax. So we have box, fix, fox, ax. Yes, indeed. And if we were at school, I would draw 4 clothespins out of the clothespin bucket, and I would have you come and circle those X's for me, wouldn't I? And you would come and do that lickety-split. So today, we're going to play a game. And we're going to just do a little bit of a review because, like I said, the X sound of X usually comes at the end of a word. So I have 3 letters here that we've studied. I have the capital T, the capital X for Mr. X-Ray, and the capital N. Okay? Door number 1 has T. Door number 2 has X. That was not a very good 2. I had to lean over to do it. It wasn't very good formation. Not very well done, I should say. Door number 3 has N. Okay? T, X, N. Okay, now here's the thing. I don't have you guys with me, but I'm going to put these behind my back. I'm going to pick a card, any card, and you all shout from home. You tell me which, when I show you this word card, you think about the ending sound of the word. And I want to know, does the word that I show you end with T? Does it end with X? Or does it end with N? Okay? So you just yell out at home. Okay? Here we go. My first word is box. Would I put box with door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3? Oh, still. I hear it coming through the airwaves. Box ends with an X. So I don't have my chart stand with my pockets, but I can just put it right there under the X. Because it doesn't end with T, because then it would be a bot. And it doesn't end with N, because then it would be a bon. No, it's not those things, it's a box. So it goes with X. Okay, pick a card, any card. What's next? This is a mat. Like a mat that you wipe your feet on when you come in from the garden. Mat. Okay, yell out for me over the airwaves. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Let me hear it. Oh, so loud. Mat is door number 1, right? That ends with the T sound. So it's going to go under T, door number 1. Okay, pick a card, any card. Ooh, how about this? Picture of the sun. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Let me hear it. Oh, I think I could hear Ambria all the way from her house, and I think she was saying door number 3. She's right. Door number 3. Sun ends with N. Very good. Okay. Here we go. Pick a card, any card. Oh, you know I love these. It's a cat. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Let me hear it. Oh, I think I can hear Andrew all the way from his house, and he's saying door number 1 because this is a cat. Cat ends with the T sound. Yay! Okay, next one. Ooh, this is a picture of somebody stirring something, right? The word is mix. Mix. What do you think? Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3? Yell it out for me. Oh, I could hear Mason. He was saying door number 2, door number 2. Thumbs up if you agree with him. Do you agree with him? Thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you don't. Thumbs up for me. Door number 2, mix. Ends with a X. Last one is a pin. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. What do you think? Loud. Oh, I think I heard Tiffany. She was saying door number 3, door number 3, and she is right. Pin ends with the N sound. Very good. So we have cat, mat, and with T. Box, mix, and with X, X. Sun, pin, and with N. Good job, kindergarten. Nice job. Okay, so looking at our letter X in Danielian. Now, this is a letter that it looks a little bit different than some fonts that you've seen or maybe you learned in preschool. Because in a lot of fonts, in X, the X is just, diagonal lines and no kick. But in Danielian kindergarten, the X does have a kick. All right, so the first arm of the letter, capital X, 2-story letter, it goes all the way from the top line way up in the clouds, all the way down to the grass, right? Okay, so we start at where do we start? Oh, thank you, at the top. Doesn't matter what letter it is. Doesn't matter if it's capital or small. We always start our letters at the top. So I start at the top. Now watch for X. I come down to the bottom, and right when I get to the bottom line, I just add that little kick. Okay? Just a little kick, not a big kick. Then I go back up to the top line and I come diagonally down and stop right on that bottom line. Okay, so it's 2 strokes. Diagonal down with a kick, back up to the top, and come back. Okay, now, sometimes I see this in kindergarten. You would probably never do this, but sometimes I'll see this. What do you think? Oh my. No, no, no. Look at this. We've got this big, big top part and this teeny weeny little part. You don't want to do that. You also don't want to do this. Oh my gosh. Don't want to see that. What's the problem here? The problem is we're not getting that intersection where the 2 lines cross each other right on the dotted line. That's the secret. If you get those 2 lines crossing right on the dotted line, then the top and bottom areas will be the same size, and this should be lined up, okay? You don't want that X to come way out. You don't want that kick to come way out, right? You don't want the kick to go way up. Okay, it's not that far up. It's just a little kick and then back. Okay. Now, lowercase x made the same way, except for it's a 1-story letter. It starts at the fence and comes down to the grass. Okay, it's not up in the clouds. So lowercase x starts right on the dotted line, comes down with a kick. Still that little kick is there. Then we just go back up, and you want to come back up just about in line with where that kick was to come back, okay? So it's diagonal line with a kick and back, okay? Now, I have to say, kindergarten, moms and dads have been sending me some work for me to look at, which has been wonderful. I love seeing your work. But one thing I'm noticing, I hate to say it, but some of the papers that I'm seeing, when I look at the Danielian handwriting, now not for X, because we've just done this today, I'm seeing some handwriting that if we were at school, I might take my handy dandy eraser out and erase and have you correct. So I really want you to take your time, do your best kindergarten quality. I know mom and dad may not know all the Danielian like we do, like you do, but let's keep that quality up. You know how to make those letters really well, okay? So make me proud when I look at your work. I want to see you using your formation. And remember, when we do our handwriting, we are practicing handwriting and penmanship. And for that, we need to slow down our hand, slow down our muscles, so our brains can get that formation in our heads and get it really well, okay? So don't forget that. Okay, on to the last thing. Wow, I am missing you, kindergarten. I wish we were here together and I was getting to call right on you. We have 6 new high-frequency words this week. They are said, good, was, then, ate, could, okay? The first word is said. My dad said, I could ride my bike, okay? Here's that word said right there. Let's highlight it. Boom. You would be doing this at school, but I'll do it today. My dad said I could ride my bike. Now, said is a really funny word. It doesn't look like it sounds. If I didn't know any better, I would write it like this. If I didn't know any better, that's how I would spell it. That's how it sounds. But for some crazy reason in the English language, it is not spelled S-E-D. It is spelled S-A-I-D, which is why it's a high frequency word. And we have to pop it into our brain and make our brain remember and learn that when we see S-A-I-D, it is the word said. So you're going to be working on this word this week. The next word is good. Good. What does our sentence up there say? Oh, this watermelon tastes good. So I'm going to highlight good way over there. There we go. Good. O-O says that sound. Good. Here's our next word, was. Again, really funny word. If I didn't know any better, I would spell it like this, because that's how it sounds. But it's one of those crazy words that doesn't follow the rules. We have to train our brain when we see the word W-A-S. We know that that word is was. Okay, let's look up here. It was our turn to do the dishes. Those girls are doing the dishes. And there's the word was. I'll just scoot it right there. It goes a little bit into our, that's okay. Okay, our next word is then. The baby played and then clapped her hands. Okay, then. The TH is making that a vibrating sound on our tongue. Then. So the sound, not the stick out the tongue sound. The other one. Then. So let's highlight that. T-H-E-N. The baby played and then clapped her hands. Okay, next one. Ate. This is a word where A is saying its name, E is silent on the end, but it's being bossy. It's making A say its name. Yesterday, we ate lunch outside. Oh gosh, if the weather gets nice this week, maybe we can eat our lunch outside at our houses. Yesterday, we ate lunch outside. And last but not least, this is a really funny word, could. C-O-U-L-D. It's a funny word. You don't hear the L at all in that word. Just have to train our brain that this word is the word could. Did you know I could jump so high? Wow, I bet you guys can jump so high. All right, could. Okay, so there we go. There's our 6 new high frequency words said for this week. Good, was, then, ate, could. And Mom and Dad have those words right here on the orange sheet that came home at the beginning of the year. This is our Unit 5 words. And starting right here. Said, good, was, ate, then, could. There they are. So we're going to be working with these words this week. All right, kindergarten? Okay, that's all for now. I'll talk to you a little later today. Have a great morning. Talk to you soon. Bye, kindergarten.